This is Lynn Saga, and you're listening to Mark E. Ramone on Something Different.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. This is Marky Ramone of the Marky Ramone Show. And you're listening to Something Different. All right. Thank you for tuning in. My headphones are not all that proper right now, but we're going to do an interview right now with the band Storm. And then I want to do a quick something silly, maybe, for something silly. Doing the history of punk SNL highlight. Go to YouTube, type that in. We can watch it together. All right. The premise of this next band is to capture the essence and excitement of the great rock and roll bands of the 60s and 70s, the heaviness of the modern rock sound, and meld all this together with the creative, innovative strains of honest, soul-searing, original Storm music. And on the line, I have the band, 3/4 at least. How you doing, gentlemen?
Great.
All right, we've got Paul Sr., who's an awesome guitarist. We've got Paul Jr., who's a budding, fledgling guitarist, I believe, right?
Yes.
And we have Ron, who's the drum man extraordinaire. How you doing?
Great. Awesome.
Excellent. I like that. So you've been playing in the Connecticut area for quite some time now, right?
Correct.
And
Probably for about 2.5 years.
As a unit?
As this unit. Right.
Okay. Now, Paul Sr., you've been around for quite some time, right?
Yes, in and out, but mostly now I do a lot of session work.
And you've got a lot of impressive resume behind you. You've been touring with and alongside many of rock and roll greats that we know, like Boston, Bob Seger, Rick Derringer, the Winter Brothers, and such.
Quick.
And
I started out with Bill Basili out in Long Island. It was discovered by Felix Popularity, bass player, at the Freedom Festival in 1975. And I got signed as an 18. Well, actually, my mom had to sign me at 17 years old, so I probably was the youngest guitar player in Connecticut back then.
Cool.
Now everybody does it, but back then it was a lot rougher. You didn't have guitar tablature that told you where to put your finger, how to put your finger on what fret. You had to play a LP real slow at 16 RPM to pick up the notes. You had to vary act you had to tune down your guitar so that you could duplicate the sound. So basically, you didn't have any help.
So
There was no Guitar Player magazine, none of that.
So you picked it up by ear then, right?
Yeah, there was no support. Your father or mother tell you to shut it off or get out of the house.
You have to wait until they go away and do grocery shopping to play?
Mm-hmm. It was a lot like the cops always over the house every time you wanted to practice with your band. There was no support by corporate. Even if you look at 1969 Woodstock, you don't see any Budweiser, no Miller Lite, no commercial, nobody supported. It was just everybody got together like a brotherhood and duked it out. And look where we are today, like the Civil Rights Movement.
As an artist, would you prefer it without all the commercialization, or as an artist, do you prefer that so that you can get paid?
No, the commercialism, actually, corporate has ruined it because corporate has a tendency not to want to pay people like they do today, and they're only looking for profits. So that's why all the clubs are ruined. They're all gone. We were just with the gentleman who owned the Agora Ballroom last week, and everybody's gone. But if you go down south of the Mason-Dixon line, you can still see a lot of good guitar players. All the northern guys went down there if they're good enough to be able to support themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And, the guys will tell you, I'm always packing my guitar and up in the trunk and going south.
I remember those days of the Agora Ballroom. In fact, I was just thinking of the Agora Ballroom today because there's this new club that's kind of popped up recently called the Spaceland Ballroom, and I was thinking, it's like the Agora Ballroom of today.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people who have a lot of heart music have some money that are buying clubs are starting to do good by the business once again. I mean, it's an art,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets mixed with the business, and you lose the art history of it a lot of times. But I would have done this whether I made any money or I didn't. Same thing Eric Clapton said. It just happened to be a period of time where what we love to do became very popular. Shot at really games like Guitar heroes and stuff. People loving to play air guitar. It's just phenomenal because, like I said earlier, we didn't have any support.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were like, I mean, I literally had girls whose parents told them not to go out with me because I was a troublemaker, long-haired rock and roll guy.
Yeah.
I heard the same thing.
You want to be hanging around with him? He's nothing but trouble.
Paul Jr., you're getting the same messages?
Yep.
Yep.
That's it.
So nothing's changed basically then.
Nope.
So do you guys play a lot regionally or locally within the state or what?
No, I do. Matter of fact, I'm looking at to go out to Long Island this summer a couple times, back out to Ohio. Or, actually, we talked to somebody, where I can tell you, Henry, who worked with, actually knows Richie Blackmore from Deep Purple well, and he himself even said he's going to get us stuff, but we're going to have to go south to New Orleans, Florida, the Keys, all the way down there, Jacksonville.
Yeah, when we went out to Ohio, we opened for Bootsy Collins. He had
He's legendary.
They had a benefit out there for tornado victims
Oh, cool.
2 years ago. It was awesome.
Yeah, Bootsy's a legend.
Tell you a little interesting thing for a lot of people who are listening right now. We're in this business. This is very interesting, but as you know, we're starting to legalize marijuana. So I've already seen on a list clubs in Colorado and Washington State that are looking for concert bands again because people who smoke marijuana don't want to do karaoke. It's probably hard to remember the words even if they're staring at the bass. And
I never thought of it like that.
they want to jump around and you know, false courage and act like they're rock stars. They want to sit, have a soda, and listen. And so it's becoming quite popular like it is over in the Netherlands, which PJ was out in the Netherlands, what's about a year and a half ago, PJ?
Yeah, about 2011 during spring break.
Did you have a Whopper when you were over there?
No, I did have a McDonald's though.
What did they call it, the Big Mac?
I forgot what they called it.
Le Big Mac?
Something like that. I don't know.
All right.
You can go to the Heineken factory.
Nice. There you go. So I noticed last year you guys were on the Vans Warped Tour, and are you going to be doing that again this year?
I don't think so. You know, it's a lot of politics in that. We actually were the number one vote getters. And the sad thing about that, and I know people who know Kevin Lyman, and I just think it's, again, corporate. I don't know why they have a voting process and they don't pick any of the winners.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't imagine that on American Idol. It would be an uproar. But, you know, his Reynolds just was shocked. They said, well, they do what they want to do. They collect the money from people. They promote. It's a lot of nepotism and cronyism in the business.
Down with corporate America.
Yep.
That's what I say.
Paul is a prolific writer. We got to the point where we're hardly doing any more covers because we've got so many originals that Paul wrote. The plan is to get into the studio, do a CD or two, and then quickly do a European tour, probably 4 countries over there. That's the future plans.
Excellent. Well, good luck to you.
Actually, I'm one of the few guys that did the Star Spangled Banner in Moscow.
Oh, wow. Now, how was it received?
They were all yelling, USA, USA, when they got done.
Oh, that's cool.
Actually, the people there are like us, you know. They're just hardworking people. They love their music.
Exactly.
You know, they have their government, and governments are different than ours, unfortunately.
Exactly. It
Be careful.
was our two governments that kept the Cold War going. It was the people that didn't want to have anything to do with that.
And then when you look at it, you know, even the bombing here in Boston, the Russians, I mean, what a change. The Russians actually called their FBI and tried to warn us about these guys.
Yeah, they're trying to help us out.
So, you know, things are getting better. They got a lot of good musicians over there, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're heavy metal. I mean, it's kind of funny, though. We still have, like, a block. It's a whole different world to go over there. They love their heavy metal. There's very, very little rap and stuff. It's all very heavy metal. When they do some rapping, it's still got a lot of heavy guitar sound to it. So they've always had their taste. And really, the interesting thing about music in America, it's the togetherness of the eastern, western part of Europe combined with the Afro-American music that made rock and roll. Afro-American bass and stuff combined with the Eastern and Western European, which emphasizes a lot of keyboard and guitar work. And that's why you had some interesting bands like Scorpions and stuff that when they came here, they were pretty phenomenal. UFO, the Shanker Boys, they were pretty good musicians.
Yeah, definitely. Music is universal, without a doubt. Gentlemen, thanks for calling today, and best of luck to you. Are you going to be playing anywhere nearby soon?
We've got a few. Most primarily, the thing to do now is to get the studio recording out of the way, because I do have a lot of requests for music. I tell a lot of people, write music because there's a shortage of songs.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of musicians, a lot of bands, but not enough music to go around.
Excellent.
Yeah, we'll probably be doing 2 or 3 benefits soon. We like to do benefits because we like to help out people and just get our message out there and help people while we're doing it.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, guys, for calling today, and best of luck to you.
Thank you very much, Mark.
All right, there's
All
a
right,
storm a-coming, let me tell you, and hopefully you get to see the storm sometime soon. All right, we're going to close out the show. I'm not even going to watch this with you. You can watch it together, or you can listen to this. This is the history of punk as parodized by Saturday Night Live. You can watch it if you want some other time, but we'll listen to it together. Here we go, the history of punk. Thanks for listening. Next week, Lady Lamb the Beekeeper, right here on this show. Yay!